The worst city, horror disturbing the air in the subway, was thick with screams. People were falling down, grabbing their throats, their eyes wide with fear. A man named Tom, who worked in an office, felt a sharp pain in his chest. He couldn't breathe. His wife, Sarah, held his hand, but she was coughing too. All around them, kids were crying, and grown-ups were shaking like leaves in a storm. The train was full of poison, a gas called sarin, that no one could see or smell. It was the worst thing that ever happened in Tokyo, a big city in Japan. But why did this happen? Who put the poison there? And what would happen next to the people who survived? The city was never the same after that day, and the horror was just beginning. Now, let's go back to how it all started. Tokyo was a busy place in 1995. People rushed to work every morning on trains that zoomed like rockets. Kids went to school, and families ate dinner together at night. It was a happy city with bright lights and tall buildings. But under the surface, something bad was growing. There was a group of people called Aum Shinrikyo. They were led by a man named Shoko Asahara. He was like a teacher, but he taught strange things. He said the world was ending soon, and only his followers would be saved. Many people joined him because they were scared or lonely. They lived in big houses where they practiced weird rituals. Some even gave away all their money to the group. At first, things seemed okay. The group helped people feel better about life. They meditated and talked about peace. But slowly it got worse. Asahara told his followers that they needed to fight bad people. He said they should make weapons to protect themselves. In secret places, they learned how to mix chemicals. They made poison gas, just like the one that hurt so many later. No one outside knew about this. It was like a dark secret hiding in the city. People in Tokyo went about their days, laughing and working, not knowing the danger was right there. One day, a woman named Lisa joined the group. She was a mom with 2 kids. She felt sad because her job was hard, and she wanted a better life. Asahara promised her happiness if she followed him. She started going to meetings. At first, it was fun. They sang songs and ate good food. But then, Asahara talked about scary things. He said the government was evil and would hurt them. Lisa felt afraid, but she stayed because her friends were there. She helped with small jobs, like cleaning or cooking. It was a low time, not too exciting, just everyday stuff mixed with a little worry. But then, things got more intense. Asahara picked special followers to learn big secrets. He taught them how to make sarin gas. It was a poison that could kill many people. They practiced in hidden rooms, wearing masks to stay safe. Lisa saw it once and felt sick. She wondered if this was right. But Asahara said it was for saving the world. He planned to use it on people who didn't believe him. The city was full of targets, like busy streets and trains. Lisa told her husband, Mark, about it. He was worried, too. They talked in whispers at night. What if something bad happens? Mark asked. Lisa didn't know what to say. The suspense built up like a storm coming closer. Asahara got angrier. He said the end of the world was near. His followers worked harder. They bought chemicals and mixed them in big pots. The smell was bad, but they did it anyway. One follower, a young man named Jake, felt scared. He wanted to leave, but Asahara said no one could go. Jake stayed, but he dreamed of running away. The group had money from donations, so they bought land and built labs. It was like a secret army in the city. People outside thought Aum Shinrikyo was just a church. They didn't know the truth. Lisa and Mark went to a big meeting. Asahara spoke for hours. He said they would strike soon. The room was dark and candles flickered. Everyone listened quietly. Lisa's heart pounded. She thought about her kids at home. What if the poison hurt them? Mark squeezed her hand. They decided to watch and wait. The lows were the quiet days when nothing happened, but the highs were the scary talks that made them shiver. Then one morning, Asahara gave the order. His followers, dressed like normal people, carried bags onto the subway. They poked holes in plastic bags with umbrellas, releasing the sarin gas. It spread fast, like an invisible cloud. People on the train felt it right away. Eyes burned, throats closed, bodies shook. Tom and Sarah were there, holding each other. Kids screamed, and adults fell over. The train stopped, but the gas kept hurting. Ambulances came, but it was too late for some. The city was in panic. Police ran everywhere, trying to find who did it. Asahara watched from afar, smiling. He thought he was saving the world. But the horror was real, and it changed everything. What would happen to the survivors? Would the cult strike again? The city held its breath, waiting for the next nightmare. The subway was a mess of pain and confusion. People were gasping for air, their faces twisted in agony. Tom lay on the floor, his body shaking from the poison. Sarah tried to help him, but she was sick too. Kids were crying, and strangers were holding each other. The gas had spread like a bad dream, and no one knew how many would live. Ambulances wailed outside, and doctors rushed in with masks. The city of Tokyo was in shock. Who had done this terrible thing? And would it happen again? The horror of the sarin attack hung over everyone like a dark cloud. In the days after, things slowed down a bit. It was like a low tide after a big wave. Hospitals were full of people who survived. Tom and Sarah were in beds next to each other. Doctors gave them medicine to help their eyes and lungs. Tom couldn't see well at first, and Sarah had headaches. They talked softly about their kids at home. "Will we be okay?" Sarah asked. Tom squeezed her hand. "We have to be," he said. Families visited, bringing flowers and tears. The city felt quiet, like it was holding its breath. People stayed home more, afraid to go out. Schools closed for a day, and workers took breaks. It was a time of waiting, not as scary as the attack, but still full of worry. Police worked hard to find out who did it. They talked to witnesses and looked at videos from the subway. A man named Detective Ray led the team. He was from America, helping Japan because the attack was so big. Ray interviewed survivors. One woman, Lisa, remembered seeing strange people with bags. She felt guilty for not saying something sooner. Her husband, Mark, was with her. They told the police about the group they joined, Aum Shinrikyo. "They were weird," Mark said, "but we didn't know they were dangerous." The police listened and took notes. It was slow work, like piecing together a puzzle. No one rushed. They wanted to get it right. Back at the cult's hideouts, things were tense. Asahara hid in a big house, surrounded by his loyal followers. He told them the attack was a test from God. Some believers agreed, but others whispered doubts. A young man named Jake felt scared. He wanted to leave, but guards watched the doors. They practiced more rituals, but the energy was low. Asahara planned his next moves, but he was careful. The city searched for him, and helicopters flew overhead. It was a quiet time for the cult, full of secrets and fear. Survivors shared their stories. A teacher named Emily told how she helped kids on the train. One boy was crying. "Mommy, it hurts," she said. She gave him water, but the gas made it worse. Now she had nightmares. Doctors said many people would have pain for years. Phantom aches, they called it. Hurts that came from nowhere. Families mourned the dead. A little girl named Mia lost her dad. She drew pictures of him with tears in her eyes. The city held memorials with candles and songs. It was sad, but it brought people together. Strangers hugged each other, saying sorry for what happened. Detective Ray followed clues. He found out about the cult's labs. Chemicals were hidden in warehouses. "They made the poison here," he said. His team raided a place and found bags like the ones on the train. It was proof, but Asahara was smart. He moved around. The police put up posters with his face. Wanted, they said. People in Tokyo looked for him on streets and in crowds. It was like a game of hide and seek, but with high stakes. Ray worked late nights, drinking coffee and thinking. His wife called him, worried. "Come home safe," she said. He promised he would. Lisa and Mark left the cult quietly. They told the police everything. Asahara said the world would end, Lisa explained. He made us practice bad things. The police thanked him. It felt good to help, but scary too. What if the cult found out? They moved to a new house with their kids. School was back on, but the kids asked questions. "Why did people get hurt?" one asked. Lisa hugged them tight. "Because some people are lost," she said. It was a low time, with normal worries like homework and dinner. But then, the police found something big. They dug into the cult's past. Asahara had done bad things before. In a small town, he ordered a test attack. His followers released sarin gas in a quiet place, killing 8 people. It was like a practice run for the big one. Families are still sad. A mom named Karen lost her son. He was just walking home, she cried. The police connected the dots. This cult is worse than we thought, Ray said. They arrested some followers who confessed. Asahara laughed in his hideout, but his time was running out. The city buzzed with news. TV shows talked about it every night. People argued, how could this happen? Some blamed the government for not stopping it sooner. Others said it was a sign of the times. Tokyo's leaders promised better safety. New rules for trains, more police. But the fear lingered. Would Asahara strike again? Helicopters circled, and sirens wailed. The suspense built, like a storm about to break. Finally, the police closed in. They surrounded Asahara's house at dawn. Guns ready, they shouted, "Come out!" Asahara's followers fought back, throwing things. Shots rang out. One follower died, and others surrendered. Asahara was caught, his hands in cuffs. He smiled strangely, saying, "This is not the end." The city cheered, but it was mixed with sadness. Trials would come, revealing more horrors. What secrets would Asahara tell? And how many more lives were at risk? The Worsthauntedcity horror was far from over, with new dangers lurking in the shadows.